What's up, you guys? This is Riley here with Learn With Me, and today you're going to join me as I harvest my sweet potatoes. So let's get to it, you guys. All right, so first I'm going to start chopping the vines. I know they're beautiful and all, but it's just going to be just another thing I add to the compost after they die back. Okay. Good to go. Whew. So that took some effort to get out, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's some ants that took up living inside of this sweet potato barrel. So they're kind of freaking out right now, but you know, I'm next to my compost bin over here to the left, and this is gonna be my second year doing this. Let's have some fun, you guys. I'm gonna dump this all out into the bottom of my compost bin, and then that way when I can repurpose the dirt right after this. So let's get to it. All right. Yeah. All right. This is when we'll see whether or not I'm a crappy gardener or crappy gardener that makes YouTube videos. I don't know. Let's go. All right, check that out, you guys. That mound right there is fairly dense. I mean, just check this out. Like, it's holding up its own, even though like it's not in a barrel anymore. All right, so I'm gonna slowly try to break it down a bit, and probably gonna push it over towards closer to the compost pile, so that if any dirt does come out, it comes that way. But we're about to see what I harvest now. Something tells me I'm gonna be hunching a lot during this video. I really want you guys to kind of see how this breaks down, but we'll see if I learned anything from next year and what I need to take into the next year. Well, if I learned anything last year and if I need to take any new tricks in the future as I'm going to continue growing these. Like I told you before, the leaves are useful for stuff. I'm trying to beat this rainstorm. I don't know what's with me in making videos near rainstorms. But yeah, we'll be able to see what I can take into next year, and maybe we can learn a whole bunch, kind of like that might be the name of the show or something. But yeah, when you're breaking down sweet potatoes in a pile like this, you kind of want to kind of go easy about it. Just kind of break it up, because you don't want to damage the tubers, because otherwise, that's why I don't really plant it in the ground like I do, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I plant in the ground and I have to dig, then I'm going to rip them apart. And as you can see, these purple vines, these are just different sweet potatoes as well. They're just a bit scrawnier. But right here, we already got our first one. Check out this bad boy. Not too bad. And right off the bat, I think I'm gonna have the same problem I had last year, where, as you can see, this soil is a bit too dense. And so while I do have nice ones like this that aren't bad, you really want to have that soil that is really flaky and really nice, that can really break apart to allow for the sweet potatoes to grow in. So in all honesty, I might even get less than last year, but I really like sharing these journeys with you guys, just so that you guys can see what all goes into these aspects. And heck, if this year isn't the year that it works out, you know what? Well, at least we had some fun with the process. But one way that I knew that it was time to do this anyway is that I was noticing that the leaves and things were dying back, and it had been past the 180 days that it typically takes for them to grow. So I really wanted to, I didn't want to risk like pests to find out about them, and I really didn't want to risk it actually extending over, because apparently they get pretty woody if you give them too much time. And it's not like if I have dense soil, it's going to produce that many more sweet potatoes. Heck, the sweet potatoes might be something where I just need to like really alter a technique, or maybe even try putting it in the ground. But yeah, the wheat leaves started dying back, as they typically do around this time period for them. And I really felt like it was time to test it out. And what better reason than, for curiosity and for my YouTube community. And I know you guys are probably cringing at the fact that I'm doing this in my compost bin, because the roots will probably take growth and stuff like that. But, if I'm mixing this pile up enough, it shouldn't matter. And by the time winter comes, it's going to be gone. Ooh, I'm starting to sweat a lot here. I got a tiny red one. And notice that I'm trying to be careful so that I don't end up breaking, like stabbing too deep into this one here and possibly hurting any sweet potatoes that might be in there. But ooh, I'm kind of worried there might not be any sweet potatoes in here. All right, that's another clump with nothing in it. Oh no. Still another tiny one. All right, now we're cooking. This seems like, I can't tell if this is one of the ones I started with or not, but this doesn't seem too bad. Gonna hold on to that one. Don't know if I'll eat it, but I think I'll hold on to it for next year. Let's see. Another solid one right here. Not too bad. As we wrap up this video, I just want to thank you guys for your support as always. And look forward to seeing your comments and having you guys tune in for my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and recommend this to a friend. See you guys next time. Have a great one.